Welcome back to the channel, Coin Collectors and Treasure Hunters. Today we are taking a close look at two Australian 20-cent coins that might be worth far more than you expect. The 1966 and 1981 Elizabeth II 20-cent coins, both without mint marks. Let's get started. First up, the 1966 20-cent coin with no mint mark was minted at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, which was responsible for producing all decimal coins during the changeover period. Unlike other countries, such as the United States, Australia did not place mint marks on its circulating decimal coins, so the absence of a mint mark is completely normal. However, what makes this coin special is the sheer difference between regular circulated examples and pristine, uncirculated ones. Circulated examples were used heavily for decades, went through pockets, purses, banks and machines, losing their shine and gaining scratches. On the other hand, uncirculated examples retained their original mint luster, struck details, sharp edges, clean surfaces and brilliant finish, making them significantly more valuable because very few people in 1966 saved coins directly from mint bags. Truly original uncirculated examples today are extremely collectible and becoming rarer each year. Let's talk about value and market worth, which is one of the biggest questions collectors ask. The value of a 1966 20-cent coin in uncirculated condition varies based on strike strength, luster intensity, absence of marks and overall visual presentation. Most uncirculated examples sell for $25 to $80 Australian, depending on quality. However, coins that have full strong strike, bright satin or cartwheel luster and no bag marks can reach $120 to $250 Australian dollars. If the coin is professionally graded by PCGS or NGC in grades MS64, MS66, it can sell for $150, $350 Australian dollars, and exceptionally well struck coins in MS67 can push even higher, sometimes beyond $500 Australian dollars, depending on demand. Error varieties in uncirculated states such as off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks or broad strikes can fetch several $100s more, since error coins in UNC condition are extremely scarce. Now we come to the special topic of mint details, which collectors and graders observe when assessing the quality of uncirculated coins. These mint details represent dozens of small factors that define the strike quality: physical condition, metal surface texture and die characteristics. Some of these details include strength of the queen's hair curls, the sharpness of the neckline, the fullness of the rim, beading, the crispness of the lettering, the presence of die polish lines, the reflection level in the fields, the depth of the platypus fur lines, the clarity of the splash water lines, the evenness of metal flow during striking, the quality of the reeded edge, luster, rotation under light, surface smoothness, die wear indicators, and many more subtle features. In professional grading, these small elements matter tremendously because every tiny scratch, bag mark or weakness in strike lowers the value. A coin with near perfect mint details becomes a premium collector's treasure. On the obverse side of the 20-cent coin, the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II was designed by Arnold Machine, whose design was used for many Commonwealth coins in uncirculated condition. The obverse must show strong, sharp hair details, clean surfaces around the face, clear lines in the crown and bold lettering around the rim. Any flattening or smoothing of high points is unacceptable. For UNC grading, the field behind the queen should be glossy, reflective, or satin, depending on the die state. In circulated coins, these fields typically show scratches, but in uncirculated coins they remain smooth and untouched. Experts also inspect the clarity of the queen neckline and the separation between hair curls and the background, key indicators of a high-quality strike. A crisp obverse increases the coin's desirability and pushes its market value significantly higher. The reverse design, created by Stuart Devlin, features the iconic Platypus swimming through rippling water. In UNC condition, collectors expect full details in the platypus fur clean. Strokes in the water waves deep. Contours around the bill and a bold three-dimensional appearance many. 1966 strike suffered from weak platypus definition, so coins with exceptionally sharp reverse strikes are rare and command higher prices. Even the large 20 numeral must remain clean with no scratches or dulling. The reeded edge also tells a story. Coins have sharp, fresh, perfectly aligned reeds, while circulated coins show wear and flattening are flawless. Reverse combined with strong obverse detail creates the highest tier uncirculated specimen, which collectors always compete to own. The historical significance of the 1966 20-cent coin adds to its collectability. This coin represents Australia's largest financial transformation of the 20th century, the birth of decimal currency. The transition required massive public campaigns, new coin designs and huge minting volumes. However, most coins from 1966 endured decades of heavy circulation, making pristine examples uncommon today. Collectors value these UNC coins not just for beauty but for the cultural story they carry. Each uncirculated 1966 coin is a preserved artifact from the exact moment Australia entered the modern economic era. This historical importance ensures long-term collector demand and steady value appreciation. Proper storage and preservation is everything. When it comes to uncirculated coins, even a tiny scratch can reduce the value dramatically. Collectors should always use coin capsules, archival flips, airtight holders, and never touch coins with bare hands, as fingerprints permanently damage luster. Cleaning coins is one of the biggest mistakes beginners make. Cleaning destroys original surfaces, kills mint luster, and reduces value, sometimes by 50 to 90%. To maintain value, keep your uncirculated 1966 20-cent coins away from humidity, chemicals, and physical contact. If your coin looks exceptional, consider sending it to or for grading, which can multiply resale value, especially for coins in condition. The future market outlook for the 1966 20-cent UNC coin is strong. As more collectors study early decimal coins, demand is increasing. Many premium examples have already been absorbed into private collections, reducing the number available on the market. Young collectors in Australia are showing renewed interest in decimal era coins, and with Queen Elizabeth II now part of history, coins bearing her portrait, especially early issues, are becoming more significant. The combination of historical weight, design, beauty, and shrinking supply means prices for uncirculated 1966 20-cent coins are likely to rise gradually over the coming decades. This makes them a potential long-term investment piece for collectors who appreciate both numismatic and historical value. Before we wrap up today's deep dive, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more rare coin videos, historical breakdowns, and value guides. Your support helps the channel grow and allows us to continue producing detailed coin content. If you own a 1966 20-cent coin, uncirculated or circulated, drop a comment below and tell us what condition it's in. We love hearing from collectors around the world. Tap the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thank you for watching, and remember, every coin has a story. Every story has value, and sometimes that value is worth far more than you ever expected. Next up, the 1981 20-cent coin was minted during a period of high circulation demand in Australia. There were no mint marks placed on circulating 20-cent pieces that year, meaning all coins were produced at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra. This year is especially interesting because it sits in the middle of the early decimal era, when demand for coins was high and striking pressure varied from batch to batch. Many 1981 coins were heavily used for decades in vending machines, cash registers, banks, and daily transactions, leading most Examples to be badly worn by the time. Collectors began saving them. This makes genuine uncirculated specimens extremely desirable today. An uncirculated 1981 coin typically shows crisp details on the Queen's portrait, sharp lettering, gleaming luster, and perfect edges, features that are nearly impossible to find on coins that circulated for decades. This gap between circulated and uncirculated conditions is what makes the 1981 issue exciting for collectors. Let's talk about value, which is the most requested information from coin collectors for circulation grade. 1981 coins value is generally small, typically only $1 to $3 odd. But for uncirculated examples, the story changes completely. A standard uncirculated coin with good luster and solid strike quality can fetch $10 to 25 Australian dollars. But high-grade UNC examples with full cartwheel luster, no bag marks, and strong strike details can be worth $30 to 70 Australian dollars. If the coin is graded by PCGS or NGC and receives a high mint state grade such as MS64 or MS65, the value rises to $60 to $150 odd. Premium high-grade examples at MS66 may sell for $150 to $300 AUD, especially if the coin displays exceptional strike strength and bright attractive fields. Rare error coins in uncirculated states such as off-center strikes, clipped planchets, rotated dies, or broad strikes can be worth several $100s depending on severity and condition. Now let's break down the mint details, which are the microscopic and structural qualities that determine whether a 1981 20-cent coin deserves a premium UNC grade. These attributes include rim clarity, bead alignment, field smoothness, strike sharpness on the Queen's hair, curls, the strength of the neckline, embossing, consistency of metal flow marks, visibility of die polish lines, orientation, accuracy, the cleanness of the reeded edge, small contact marks, luster, rotation under light, the depth of the platypus fur lines, the boldness of the water ripple lines, and dozens of other subtle features that collectors look for under magnification. These mint details are what distinguish a $10 uncirculated coin from a $200 graded MS66 example. The grading process evaluates each tiny flaw, strike weakness, and surface texture, making high-grade coins rare and valuable. On the obverse, the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II is based on the design by Arnold machine. In uncirculated condition, this side of the coin should display sharp hair details, a clean facial profile, distinct crown features, and no smoothing of the high points. The fields surrounding the portrait should show brilliant luster, subtle die polish lines, and strong reflectivity. In certain lighting angles, many 1981 coins have bag marks or tiny scratches. In these areas, due to high-volume mint bag storage, a coin without such imperfections is significantly more valuable. The lettering around the rim should be bold, well spaced, and free of flattening. These obverse properties heavily influence the coin's final grade. The reverse of the 1981 20-cent coin, designed by Stuart Devlin, shows Australia's iconic platypus swimming among swirling water lines. In uncirculated coins, the platypus should show full fur texture, bold depth in the body contours, and crisp detail near the bill. Weak strikes are common for this year, especially in the water ripple zones. A premium UNC example will show deep, fully formed swirling water lines with no flat areas or metal pooling. The large 20 numeral should also be perfectly formed and free of scratches or wear. Uncirculated reverse surfaces often display satiny or frosty luster, depending on which die pair struck them. The reeded edge is another important detail. UNC examples retain sharp, square, evenly spaced reeds, unlike circulated coins which show flattening. The historical significance of the 1981 20-cent coin adds another layer of value. This coin was minted during a period of economic stability and national growth in Australia, when the decimal system was well established. but still young enough for early. Issues to be considered. Collectible the 1981. Issue stands at an interesting point far removed from the excitement of 1966 decimal introduction, yet still early enough to attract collectors who enjoy building full decimal sets. Many collectors today seek complete uncirculated yearly runs of 20-cent coins, and 1981 is one of the more challenging years to find in pristine condition. As older collectors pass down their collections to new generations, demand for UNC early decade decimal coins continues to rise. Maintaining UNC condition requires proper storage and preservation practices. Even a single fingerprint or small scratch can reduce the grade and value drastically. Coins must be stored in airtight capsules, archival grade flips, or professional display cases. Humidity, heat, or chemical exposure can leave permanent marks. Never clean an uncirculated coin. Cleaning destroys original mint luster and can drop value by 50 to 90%. If your 1981 20-cent coin is exceptionally clean and has outstanding strike quality, consider having it graded by PCGS or NGC. Professional grading protects the coin in a tamper-proof case and often increases resale value significantly, especially for MS65 and above. The market outlook for the 1981 Elizabeth II 20-cent uncirculated coin is stable and growing, with greater interest in early decimal coins and increasing education. Among new collectors, more people are beginning to recognize how difficult it is to find flawless UNC examples from circulated years like 1981. As more coins settle into permanent collections, the supply shrinks, especially for high-grade specimens over time. Collectors expect that UNC examples, especially those in MS65+, will increase in value due to rarity. The simple yet iconic design of the platypus, combined with historic relevance and growing collector demand, ensures long-term appreciation potential. Before we wrap up, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more detailed coin reviews, value guides, and rare currency breakdowns. Your support helps us continue to produce professional, research-based numismatic content. Leave a comment below if you own a 1981 20-cent coin, circulated or uncirculated, and tell us about your collection. Do not forget to click the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Thanks for joining us today, and remember, every coin has a story. Every story adds value, and sometimes the smallest coin in your pocket can turn into a hidden treasure.